Pay attention to no loose talk, loose talk. 100 times I had to let it cool up, cool up. Famous dancing on me doing a moonwalk. Can't wear my AP, I had to let it cool up. Almost died from pneumonia, had to take my jewels off. We don't argue with these, we just let them tools talk. 200 to Izzy, get my ice here. Classic, y'all, it's real as Buzz Lightyear. Say, got that done with the prices. I don't with this for this. We got. Down to that. They don't check none of the artists, so I'm. Problem when you see me get 8212. Was bracket. I might be in that Escalade, but I ain't lacking. Put that on you, act like I don't know what happened. I hear the story, be like, that was trash. Too much money, I need like 2 votes. Stacks big and green, I call my pockets the new hope. We don't pay attention to no loose talk. 100 times I had to let it cool up. Famous dancing on me doing a moonwalk. Can't wear my AP, I had to let it cool up. Almost died from pneumonia, had to take my jewels off. We don't argue with these, we just let them tools talk.
I'm still under 21, so I can't. But them do my name and they can't wait. Crib came with a court and some.
We come to you north of the border from Toronto, Ontario. I'm Ed Cohen with Jay Williams. And Jay, the Raptors are Canada's team. Only fitting. Toronto's the 4th largest city in North America.
Ed, all that sounds great, but I'll tell you what. I love everything about T-Dot. The food, the music, the culture, the people, the energy of the city. It's off the charts. Every NBA player wants to come through the 6.
No one really cares if it's cold because inside these walls, it's always revved up. Opening tip taken in by the Raptors, and we're underway in Toronto. The screen sets him up for 2.
The pro game has really come down to PNRs. Let's see how the defense adjusts.
He gets it.
In the paint, you need to finish just like that.
Lowry with it. He'll run the offense. Well done, Kyle Lowry. 2 for 2. That's what you want.
Man, he's got the defender out there tap dancing like that on national TV. That's not a good sign.
To Julius Randle. Millsap. Pascal Siakam pins it.
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
Finishing inside the paint on that one.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Across the timeline, it's Lowry. Leads 4. Curling inside. From the outside, no good.
That's how you do it. You keep riding him to the basket, and if the refs aren't calling it, keep being physical. Keep knocking him off balance.
End to end on that one. 94 feet for the basket.
I'm sorry, his name is not John Wall or Russell Westbrook. So why is he getting a free pass down the entire length of the floor?
Lays it up and in.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Lowry into the front court. Looking to make something happen. Paul Millsap sends it away.
Oh, he blocked that with authority.
Knicks with the basketball. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down. He took it out on the rim that time.
Oh, there's no better feeling than after throwing that one down, hanging on the rim a little bit, looking at your opponent beneath you, making him recognize that's where you'll be the entire ball game.
From the painted area, won't go down. To Julius Randle. Count it. No and 1. There was some contact there.
You know what we call that, Ed? We call that now you see me, now you don't.
Lowry into the front court. 10-6 our score. Has a look. The shot by Lowry misses. That pass taken away by Toronto. Doesn't get the bounce. To Julius Randle. Trying to cash in with the step back.
What was once a tight space is no longer. There is absolutely no way the defender can recover after that move.
Now a whistle, and Toronto's going to use a timeout as they'll talk things over here in the first quarter. They're going to make some changes with some new personnel on the floor. Julius Randle snatching it out of the air.
That kid can block out the sun, Ed.
No good and no foul. Sexton. To Julius Randle. Rozier. Jay, another one goes down. They're right where they want to be.
Exactly. Next play, you have to turn around defensively and get in the stance and actually keep that same kind of tempo.
Ball's controlled by the Raptors. Pascal Siakam. To Gasol. Lowry to Van Vliet. Five to shoot for Toronto. Well done, Kyle Lowry. Now 3 for 9.
I mean, I don't know how much better the defense has to play you on that one. The guy was right in your grill and you still knocked it down.
Give him 2 points. High percentage.
They're going to have to find answers defensively and quickly because he's carving them up in the first quarter.
Lowry has the basketball. Paul Millsap. Huge block. Calls out of bounds. Last touch by Paul Millsap. Shifting gears. Here comes some substitutions. Fred Van Vliet. Drive here, but the shot stays out. Now a steal as the Raptors have it. To Lowry. Here comes the screen. Lowry with a shot that's no good. Oh, the touch at the rim. Count it.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
Lowry. To Gasol. Down low. Short jumper. Won't fall. Smith with it up top. Lead stands at 10. Layup goes down. Well done.
As a player, there's nothing better than coming out in the first quarter and playing exactly the same way you played the last couple of days of practice. You're moving the ball, you're capitalizing on mistakes, and you really built a nice lead.
Lowry. Off the assist.
Now, I know you probably don't want to hear this, but you have to take it one possession at a time. You have to continue to chip away. It hasn't been the best first quarter, but if you get a couple more of those to drop, you'll find yourself right back in this ballgame.
Layup's good. Those are the types of shots you always strive for.
Might have had an extra dribble or two there, but he got the shot he wanted.
Lowry. Oh, Millsap swats it.
Ed, that's light work for a guy with his ability.
Has a chance. Gets a look. Can't hit.
It's easy. Force guys into low percentage shots. That's the reason why we're big into stats. It was all provided to you before the game in the scouting report.
Lowry. The Raptors down to 3 on the shot clock. Won't go down. Let's see what the Knicks can do here. To Julius Randle. Fires the 3. His first effort off the mark. Sizing up the defense. Fred VanVleet. Deep 2 there. Won't go. To Rozier. Smith now.
To number 7, Kyle Lowry. That's his first.
And hits the first free throw. And he hits the second. Got it from the line. Toronto has the basketball. Probing the defense. Good. Off a spin.
I don't think anyone saw this one coming, but it looks like they're trying to send a message. Look into their eyes. They're laser focused. They're playing as if this game is tied.
Oh, highlight moves. Tough to do with the defender all over you. Deep right corner. Count the basket. A lot of contact. No foul.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
To Colin Sexton. And throws it down. They have set the tone in this one.
I love when I see offenses come out in beast mode. You attack that paint, you get to the rim, inevitably the floor will open up for you to knock down some threes.
Pascal Siakam to Powell. He wants it at the rim and scores.
Well, they have such great flow to their offense this evening. The ball isn't sticking to one player individually. It's moving around the perimeter, and it's zipping. They're playing with a special cohesiveness.
Pascal Siakam. Knocks down a tough shot. Now a smothering defense.
Finally something goes their way. I don't think I need to tell you, but this has been a disaster of a first quarter. They just need somebody to get hot, and then they need to come together as a team and get a few stops.
For three, buries it on the catch and shoot.
Ed, let me tell you how this one goes. It ain't no fun if the homies can't have some. Everyone's getting a piece of the rock tonight.
It's the Raptors with the basketball.
I got him.
Pascal Siakam gets it in the left corner. From long range, rebound Marcus Morris. Into the front court comes Smith. His guys holding the big lead. Serge Ibaka sends it away.
Sent a message on that one, Ed.
Scores from the post.
Old school equals high percentage.
To Colin Sexton. Beyond the arc for three. Basket's good on the follow. Way to stay with it.
That's a strong finish. Regardless of contact, finishing strong is key.
Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Count the basket. 2 more points in the paint.
There you go. I like seeing scoring coming from unlikely sources.
Coach of the Knicks signals for a timeout as they'll talk things over here in the first quarter.
Availability is limited, so you must act now. Visit our team website for more details.
New blood coming in for both sides. The possession lies with New York. Smith. Here comes the screen. Curling inside. Norman Powell with a piece.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
Pascal Siakam on a pass stolen by the Knicks. To Julius Randle. Big finish that time for Julius Randle. This is spiraling out of control.
And this is where you feel so bad for that assistant coach that had the defensive scouting report. You knew he put in the time and effort to give you all the right tools to win this game. You've been caught out of position each and every time, which is the reason you're down.
Yeah, you don't want to make the boss unhappy. With the fadeaway. Burns him for the basket.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
Yes, and the foul, and a chance at 3 coming up.
So many times we get on the defender for quote-unquote letting the offensive player score on an and one. Sometimes there's a lucky bounce, but more often than not, it's the offensive player who makes the play happen despite the defender's best intentions.
Julius Randle trying to cash in on a three-point play. 71% for his career. Free throws good as they continue to widen their lead. Knocked loose. Knicks have it. Long heave from three-quarters court. That's the end of the quarter. The Knicks are way out in front. Head coach Jay Williams with you as we get things started here in the second quarter.
Go time.
Substitutions, New York. Stepping in for the Toronto Raptors.
Lowry to Van Vliet.
Pascal Siakam.
Ibaka to Lowry. Paul Millsap.
Oh, he just blocked that shot out of bounds.
Yeah, they're lucky they get the ball back. Fred Van Vliet. Five to shoot for Toronto. Got a piece to knock it away. Shot clock violation.
For the Raptors.
Smith now into the front court. His guys hold a commanding lead. A drive through the paint, but his shot misses. The ball controlled by Kyle Lowry. To Van Vliet. Got a piece of it.
Just incredible timing on that swat.
Smith to Ntilikina. Oh, nice find for the basket.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
It goes down.
Attack mode isn't a switch that you can just turn on and off. He needs to do more of that. We need to see him penetrate, get into that lane, and create.
And stuffs it home.
So many people think making assists is creating something razzle and dazzle. Sometimes giving the ball up early is the right play and the most efficient.
Lowry with it. Down a bundle. Here comes the screen. Fred Van Vliet. Able to convert inside.
And if you don't contest, he's knocking that down with ease.
Oh, he had it. Across the timeline, it's Lowry. His guy's down big. Swings it. Has a look. Knocks it down from mid-range.
You know what I like about this pass play? Instead of putting his head down and forcing the action, he patiently waited for the play to develop.
Lowry into the front court. Looking to make something happen. Oh, Millsap rejects it.
Oh, he blocked that with authority.
Ntilikina with the basketball. He'll run the offense. Gets to the basket and scores.
Strong finish. That's what you need, regardless of contact, focusing on the rim.
Kyle Lowry with the rock. To Van Vliet. Ibaka. Add 2 points to the board.
And ball movement is one of those great things. One of the things you learn early in this game is that if everybody gets involved, then everyone has a chance to win.
Lowry. Nothing going here on that drive. Almost unlucky bounce. Ntilikina. To Millsap. Smith. They'll work it down to Millsap. Ah, that's a 24-second violation. Fred Van Vliet. Short jumper misses.
Come on, show me something better than that, baby. It's game time.
To Ntilikina. Smith. Fires the three, and he buries it. Jay, the system produces once again.
They're shooting the ball well, but let me tell you why. They're already ready to shoot before they even catch the ball. Look at their hands. Their hands are ready, providing a target. So when they catch that ball, they go right into their shot. We call that being shot ready.
Millsap corrals the rebound. Slams it down. He was ready right at the tip.
What a first half he's having. He came out of the gate, attacked, found ways to get to the rim. Now look how easy the game is coming to him.
Lowry. Old school. Backs his man down for the basket.
You normally don't see that, but that's the type of thing that keeps shooters in the league for a long time. Every once in a while, they venture into the paint.
Tough-looking shot there. Still gets it to go down.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Nice touch around the basket with the tip.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
Toronto with the basketball. Lowry to Ibaka. No good. And scores. Strong take.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Going to launch beyond the arc. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
That shot was nice, but that pass, that was the real highlight. Good teams always find a way to get the best shot available.
Lowry. To Ibaka. Rebounds pulled down by New York. Neely Keenan into the front court. Counting down toward a minute to go in this first half. Runners good there.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
Dennis Smith Jr. off the mark. Pascal Siakam able to recover with the block. Raptors keep possession. To Van Vliet. Pascal Siakam to Van Vliet. Pascal Siakam, strong finish. Jay, you know the deal. Keep the touches coming inside.
As long as that defense continues to give you high percentage shots, you better take that every time.
The jumper's off the mark. A very one-sided first half of basketball as we are at halftime. Let's get you to Orlando where we say hello to Jalen Rose in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Jalen.
Thanks, fellas. Jalen here with your halftime report. The Knicks absolutely dominated the competition in the first half. It was their playmaking, the way they gave each other scoring opportunities. That really impresses me. I love seeing unselfish basketball like that. These are the guys getting buckets for the New York Knicks. The Raptors may be in the building, but they did not show up for this game. The way they struggle doesn't bode well for them at all. But if they've got some fight in them, we'll know right away in the third quarter. Have a look at the leading scores for the Toronto Raptors.
Game track. Bench points.
The Toronto Raptors had enough difficulty dealing with the opposing starters, let alone their bench players. They really need to adjust for the depth of this opposing team and figure out how to slow them down.
Player of the half.
I'm ready to skip ahead and just get this guy player of the game. You can tell he's on his way to a special game.
Who was cold?
Forget cold. This guy will be happy to be lukewarm at this point. He can't seem to get anything going. Here we go with the top plays from the first half.
Number 2. Number 1.
All right, back to the second half. I'll see you after the game.
Across the timeline, it's Rozier. His guys hold a commanding lead. Count the basket at the rim.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Ball's controlled by the Raptors. Screen coming. Lowry. Slams it down. And boy, that was a lot to navigate. Jay, let's see if that's a sign for him.
Well, he's been pretty much non-existent the first 3 quarters. But when you have a play like that, that can get the juices going, and that can help you with your offensive rhythm.
4-3. Smothering D.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
Here comes the screen. Lowry to Gasol. Cleans it up. Marc Gasol. He's 3 of 5. 60% shooting from the field.
There's some players out there that like the freedom of space, and then we have the anomalies. We have the players who feel comfortable being uncomfortable. And almost the physicality of the game centers them and puts them right on balance every time.
Ball controlled by Kyle Lowry. Oh, mistake there as the pass stolen by the Knicks.
Ooh, I think people are leaving already.
Finishing inside the paint on that one.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
Lowry into the front court. Down a bundle. Pascal Siakam to Lowry. Pascal Siakam to Gasol. Paul Millsap tips it.
Ed, that's light work for a guy with his ability.
Smith shot, no good.
It's easy. Force guys into low percentage shots. That's the reason why we're big into stats. It was all provided to you before the game in the scouting report.
Lowry. Shot from in close, no good. Smith into the front court. His guys holding the big lead. Dennis Smith Jr. He's now 4 for 6.
You know, Ed, I'm down with guys having 35, 40, maybe 50 points in the game. But the one thing you look for in a defensive end, when there's a huddle after a guy has dropped multiple buckets on you in a row, and everybody's quiet, nobody stands up and says, yo, I got him, I'm going to stop him, you're in a worrisome place for your team.
And the basket good at the rim.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Smith now. Missed it. Nice follow-up on the dunk there.
I know there's that old saying that says one man can't beat 5, but we're watching one man carry 4 other players. His back has to be hurting. Another big-time finish.
Lowry. Rozier into the front court. He'll run the offense. Perfect feed to set up the basket.
So many times you can tell if a player is going to finish before he even gets to the rim. Did you see that look on his face? That was a look of a three-point play. You always going in thinking you can get more at the rim.
Lowry. Paul Millsap pins it.
Oh, he blocked that with authority.
New York in control of the basketball. Smith to Rozier. Shot from the lane won't go. Lowry with it. His guys down big. And a nice finish at the rim.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
Smith down to Randall. Scores from the post.
Ed, I have so much admiration for guys that continue to hunt their shot. They're playing the second half like it was the first 5 minutes of the ball game. Those natural-born leaders are guys that will consistently lead your team to the promised land.
Baseline drive, the shot won't fall. Add 2 points to the board.
Well, the shooting has been spectacular, but one of the things that I've seen as the difference maker in this ball game is how they are catching the basketball. They're not establishing a pivot foot, which leaves the defense wondering which way you can drive, but when that shot is working like that, you got it any way you want it.
Marc Gasol, 4 out of 7.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays, no one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Across the timeline, it's Lowry. Looking to make something happen. Paul Millsap sends it away.
Sent a message on that one, Ed.
Smith to Rozier. He was smothered and still gets it to go down.
Sometimes when the players find that flow, nobody else needs to touch the ball. He's in a zone by himself.
Now the Raptors going to use a timeout as their coach wants to get a word in with his guys here in this third quarter. Time for some new personnel into the game. Fred VanVleet. To Lowry. The Raptors down to 3 on the shot clock. Lowry and the rebound taken by Millsap.
And you knew this game had a chance to get out of hand pretty quickly because of the communication. When these guys stepped on the court, Ed, they were yapping back and forth to each other. And that kind of communication, that kind of collective responsibility to one another, you feel that on the court. That's why this team is special.
Lowry. To Gasol. 5 to shoot for Toronto. Marc Gasol. With that shot, he's 5 for 8.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
Smith to Julius Randle. Lets it fly from long range and a putback slam.
We're watching a clinic right now. We're watching basketball one-on-one. Whoever this professor is, he needs to get paid top dollar.
Toronto has the basketball. To Gasol. From the painted area, won't go down. to Dennis Smith Jr. Here's a chance from long range. He missed his first 4 from downtown. He finally gets a 3 to go.
I'm going to tell you what every shooter thinks after he misses 4 in a row. One has to go in eventually.
Lowry to Gasol.
Look in the post, look in the post. Come on.
Got it.
I'm not sure that wasn't an offensive foul, but take it when you can get it.
To Rozier. Using the post to his advantage there, and the finish at the rim.
Ooh, shows like this separate the good players from the great ones. The good players, they have good first halves, and then they fade to black in the second. The great players, they just sustain that kind of dynamic energy throughout the entire ball game.
To Rozier. They go down low to Randall. Able to convert inside.
Woo, did you see that? Eyes to the rim, and the rest was all net.
Ball's controlled by Lowry. To Van Vliet. Surveys the floor. Old school. Backs his man down for the basket. Now a whistle, and we'll get a timeout for the Knicks as their coaching staff wants to talk things over here in this third quarter. Changes coming from both sides right now.
Yeah, baby, here we go. Substitutions, Toronto.
Trying to cash in. Yes, it drops. A little drama on that one.
You know, it reminds me, Ed, of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with a fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
New York Knicks basketball. Dennis Smith Jr. won't go down. On the follow. Way to stay with it.
As my mother would say to the defender, A for effort, F for results.
Lowry. And count the basket.
In the paint, you need to finish. Just like that.
To Rozier. JaVale McGee. Norman Powell snatching it out of the air. Knicks able to recover. Nice finish at the rim.
This is a statement game for this unit. This defense has generated a lot of easy offense. And the one thing we know in the league, easy offense is hard to come by.
Pascal Siakam on a pass stolen by the Knicks.
Tonight, it may not cost you, but in the playoff game, it will.
And a throwdown. Jay, that's been the story this evening.
I mean, another one? Another dunk? Another easy possession? I mean, how demoralizing can this be for the team? Why am I the only one yelling? I don't see anybody on the bench yelling. I don't see anybody on the court even angry right now.
Possession lies with New York. Smith to Rozier. Fires the three. Terry Rozier, not necessarily a shot, knocks down the three.
I love the pure confidence on that jumper. He takes that three despite the defender being right in front of his face. That's borderline disrespectful.
A drive, but he can't get it to go. To Rozier. For three, he was all over him.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
Pascal Siakam. Oh, Millsap. Huge block.
This game is all about playing mind tricks on people. The offense is more worried about getting their shot blocked than they are about actually making the shot.
Howell. Oh, Millsap swats it.
Blocking so many shots only gives your perimeter that much more confidence to really apply more pressure.
Short jumper misses. Howell to Lowry. To Powell. Has a chance. And McGee there for the rebound.
The game is won in the details. The team who has the most attention to the minutia is a team that wins the ball game. And from the beginning of this game, this team has been mentally engaged. I know the season's a long year, but when you come mentally engaged and you have attention to detail, whew, that's a scary thing to watch.
Lowry.
Take the shot, take the shot.
The drive, right to the basket. A lot of contact, no whistle. Grabs his own miss and scores. Good concentration.
Ooh, he teased me a little bit right there. But see, I like that. That's called a great entertainer. Always leaving me on the edge of my seat.
To Dennis Smith Jr. To Rozier. From long range. Great defense, forcing the miss. Howell to Ibaka. Off the assist.
That's lunch pail business right there. Don't worry about the no call. Keep powering through.
It's a victory for the Knicks as they win this one in blowout fashion. For Jay Williams and all our crew, I'm Ed Cohen saying so long for now. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports.
David Rose here, and I've got your EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Knicks got themselves a win here today. They did it with blocks, and they did it with steals. More to the point, they did it with excellent defense. They committed to the grind and got rewarded as a result. Check out the leading scores for the New York Knicks. The Raptors just couldn't get within striking distance toward the end of the game. I'm sure they can't help but feel frustrated with the result, but they can't let that feeling linger. Sooner than later, they need to start thinking about the next matchup. Check out the leading scores for the Toronto Raptors.
Game track. Defense. Player of the game.
Time now for the top plays of the game.
Number 2.
number 1.
Here are the upcoming games for the Toronto Raptors. That does it for us. On behalf of the rest of the crew, good night.
Your boy QJB. I gotta show you all these dunks coming from the one. They were dunking everything. Let's get it. Oh, the one had it looking like a dunk contest out there today. Dunking everything down. I gotta leave it at that. Your boy QJB signing out. I gotta check out some more of these dunks. Peace.